good morning, and a very good early morning for all of yous on the other side of the pond. It's, well, ridiculously early in the morning, but you're still watching away. It's so lovely to have your company on this midweek edition of Wake Up Call on Crafters TV. My name is Craig Laird, and for all day today you're going to be seeing me, well, not quite in this seat, but you'll certainly see me across on the presenting side as well, where we're going to go through all of the shows. But today, now I will tell you right now, I have said in the past, Nature Garden Beautiful Collection is the absolute best one in my opinion. I'm going to tell you right now, there's a new one in town. There's a new favourite in town. It is absolutely gorgeous. We're going to have a look at it just shortly. It is Nature Garden. It's a Hummingbird collection. It's flying out, quite literally, already. So we're going to go over that just shortly with Debbie. However, let's just quickly go over our April schedule. That is the show you're currently watching. And then here, as you can see right now, is our schedule. So here we go, Monday to Friday, slight change, and this has been done because of you. Many of you, I didn't actually realise how many had contacted and just said, I'm always starting to miss the start of Wake Up Call because of, you know, maybe you've been working night shifts, you're seeing to the kids, for whatever reason, maybe you're still in bed, you lucky lot, you. Well, it could be that. So what we've done is we've taken away Craft Chat and Create, and we've got Wake Up Call. 2 hours of Wake Up Call, 11 o'clock here in the UK, 6 a.m. Eastern Time, 3 a.m. Pacific Time, and there's some of you watching, I know. And then later on what you're going to find is our mid-show, 2 o'clock here in the UK, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Pacific Time. And then we're going into our final show of the day, which is going to be 6 o'clock here in the UK, 1 p.m. Eastern Time or 10 a.m. Pacific Time. So that's during the week, so just a very slight change when it comes to that first show, 2 hours of Wake Up Call. But the weekend is no different. Exactly the same, everything that you've already known and loved. And can I just say as well, yes, I was at Hobbymaker at the weekend. What an incredible team we have that's managed to pull off what they managed to do when there was an absolute outlet of social media. I'm telling you, well, because of the Wi-Fi, basically. So massive well done to the team. But yeah, the shows don't change when it comes to the weekend. They're exactly the same. Right, enough's enough. Debbie, we're back together again.
Oh, absolutely. And I did say this was going to be a cork of a day. And I know how excited you are. I've been like a kid at Christmas.
Yes.
Since I first got my hands on this last week. And I've been itching to come and show you today. Today is the day we finally launch the brand new Nature's Garden Hummingbird collection. What can I say about this collection? Craig is spot on. There is a new kid on the block. This is the one. It's absolutely stunning. If you have not caught any of it up to now, or where have you been, the paper pad is the most heavenly, beautifulness. Is that such a word?
Isn't it?
Paper pad we have ever done at Crafter's Companion. But can I just tell you, I mean, some of these samples are just absolutely beautiful. I'm going to be recreating this one that I did yesterday. Absolutely stunning, beautiful, graceful hummingbird. Everything about this collection screams class, beauty, gracefulness, the gorgeous colours in there. I love this one. I think this is a really gorgeous one. Beautiful elements in here, and it is all about that gorgeous hummingbird. I'm going to lift that up so you can see this one, because those papers are to die for. They're absolutely gorgeous. Everything has been centred around, though, that beautiful, graceful hummingbird. It is glorious, and I am so excited to be bringing this today. And it's like we're going to have a full day with it, because we're going to give you a little sneaky peek in this morning's show, and then we've got the dedicated 2-hour launch later on today at 2 p.m. UK time, and I'll let Craig do the rest because I'm terrible. But I still can't get this conversion right. But yeah, it's going to be an absolute stellar of a show. Get yours now. Be ahead of the game. Don't wait for the launch. We're giving you permission right now. Go over to the website, go and have a look, and go and get what you need. And if you love the papers, wait till you see them up close and personal. Our Craig's going to show you them, as well as me using them. They are to die for. Absolutely beautiful.
They really, I'm going to tell you a wee bit about that as well, because many of you are stocking up on the paper pads. But before we do that, what you'll always find on a Monday, we start off with a brand new Get It, Got It Good. How this one's still in stock, I never know. But if you want to get your hands on it while you're across on the website, have a look at this one. This is our Crafter's Companion. You're going to be getting your 3 12 by 12 paper pads. I say paper pads, it's the glittering gold, regal rose gold and sparkling silver. You're going to be paying for those 3, and you're also going to get the free Totally Tiffany 12 by 12 paper taker in that collection there. $59.97 or $68.85, getting that phenomenal saving, because it is, you get it, got it good, for a $7.98, $55.08. That is our current Get It Got It Good for this week, of course, which you're going to find across on our website, just like everything else, which is crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au. And please remember, don't go looking for Shop the Show. It ain't there anymore. We've made it easier for you. It's on Shop the Day. So everything myself and Debbie are away to be showing you, from Wake Up Call, Launch Day and Creative Cravings, is in Shop the Day. Here we go. Are you ready for it? This is it, officially now, our first showing on Crafters TV when it comes to Nature Garden Hummingbird Complete Collection. This is 43 elements and 120 sheets of paper, card and vellum. I'm going to expand on that. Edgeable dies, stamps, 3D embossing folders, create a card, texture cards, absolutely incredible. So within this one here, today's price, you're going to be $99.99 or $165.85. Everyone is going to be saving your 25%. If you are platinum, however, that comes down to $79.99 or $132.68. What I want to tell you right now, and because of the joy of technology, Georgina's absolutely able to say live that majority of you that are going for the full collection are going for an extra 12 by 12 and an extra 6 by 6. So that seems to be, for every full collection that we're buying, you're popping in a 12 by 12 and a 6 by 6. The next one up that many are popping in is the textured linen card. It's beautiful, and also a vellum pad. So just want to keep you on track when it comes to that one there. But the platinum price, as I say, $79.99 or $132.68. So what we're going to do is, let's go in with this absolute gorgeousness. What we're also going to do is we are going to spend just a little bit of time for you to get a complete look at the collection, and then Debbie's going to just go full scale on the incredible demos that she's got. So the best thing to do is the 12 by 12 papers. We're going to stay facing down so our fabulous Nicola can have a look from over the top. You've heard Debbie. Look, isn't it beautiful?
Artwork and the imagery is absolutely divine.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what you're finding is, with our paper pads, okay, they're getting better and better and better. You've got a lovely design on one, but then you've got a complementary sort of distressed background on the opposite side. So if you're looking at this backdrop, you tend to find it's running through on the opposite side without the design. But these ones here being your 12 by 12. One of the many reasons I adore this collection, yes, it's got the blues, it's got the mints, and it's got the teals, it's got the duck egg blues, which is gorgeous, but you're getting your pastel tones that run through. Some of them are very floral, some of them are floral with the hummingbird, some of them have just got elements of the hummingbird. There's lots of bits that you can pick out from this collection. Go in with, of course, Debbie, your glossy highlights or your, sparkle overlays. I mean,
Absolutely.
Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous.
Do you know what I can't wait to find out?
What's that?
I wonder how many Christines are doing the paper pads.
Absolutely.
Our lovely Christine Mahoney. Oh, I bet she's watching. I'm dying to know, but this is the most beautiful paper pad. You're right, Craig. Gorgeous heavenly colours, florals, but obviously all central around that beautiful tropical hummingbird. It's just stunning. It's absolutely gorgeous. It really, really is.
Do you know that I spent months getting the name right, and now I can't even remember it? Our Nature Garden chinoiserie.
Chinoiserie, yes.
This one, some of them have got a touch of that chinoiserie look, so maybe you want to start incorporate that collection. You can be doing that. But whether it is a full backdrop of design, I mean, look at that one there. You could get away, yes, it's florals, tiny little floral buds, but that could be at a distance specks of gold. Go in with your gold pens and add specks to it if you want to. I mean, this, what little girl wouldn't love this sort of design here when it comes to this one? It is very much a hummingbird, but it's got that kind of fairy-esque sitting on a flower petal kind of feel to it at a distance, but it's an absolute elegance when it comes to the paper pads. This is what you're going to find throughout. Now, as you will already know by now, your 6x6 is exactly the same, but we've not chopped it up into 4. It's the exact edge-to-edge image, but we've just shrunk it down. But all of this is all coming to you. I'm not surprised that many of you are popping an extra one in with your basket. And there is an option. I'll tell you, maybe you want to cherry pick certain bits. I will show you that just in a section, or in a second, in a minute. What I was about to say there, all these little sections here, whether you've got your yellows, you've got your mints, you've got your pinks, you've got your lilacs, all of these with the blues are beautiful. If you did want to go with it on its own, $14.99 or $19.40 for your 12x12. So I'm not going to go through the 6x6, but what I will just do is I'll just show you from above how these work beautifully together, because they are exactly the same. They've just been shrunk down in size.
Scale to size,
That's exactly it.
We always listen to customer feedback as well, because people tell us 6x6 is the one that a majority of crafters work with, smaller cardstocks, because that will fit with your 7x7 card and all the rest. And of course, the 12x12 gives you all that cuttability factor where you can snip into it, chop it down in size. Oh my days, the Vellums.
Vellum.
Oh my days, the Vellum.
Luxurious.
It's off the chart gorgeous.
It is.
Honestly, and it's the fact, you know, it's not easy to do printed vellum in the quality that we do. The guys that have designed it in the office, I mean, a big shout out to everyone who worked on this collection, because it's absolutely stunning. You've got that translucency going through it as well, Craig, which is just beautiful. But the printed element of it, to get the same tones, the same matching of the papers to the vellums, that's magic. It's absolute magic right there. And I mean this. I said this yesterday. Honestly, I would say if this is for you, the consumable part of the collection, the beautiful vellums, the papers, and those 6x6 or 12x12, get hold of them while you can. While we've got the full capacity of the stock right here today, get hold of your extras, because we cannot guarantee that these will hang around. The collection will, Craig, probably the dies and the stamps, they'll probably last a lot longer, but those papers, vellums, and those gorgeous cardstock is just one that I would be multiple buying.
100%. You've seen it time and time again. We'll come back with the Nature Garden collection, but it's without the paper pad.
Yes,
as we said there, or without the vellum there. So yes, you will still see the collection pop up. Once this initial stock has gone, you will see the collection pop up again. Will it be with the paper pads? You can't say yes, you can't say no, but if you go by history when it comes to our other collections, you know that they don't come back with the paper pads. Now this one here, this is, again, and I know that we keep saying this within this collection, it's gorgeous, it's beautiful, it's both of our absolute favourite now, 100%, but it's even this texture, this linen cardstock. Debbie, I adore linen cardstock. I use it so much when it comes to my crafting. We've now got this, maybe add a sheet of black and a sheet of yellow. This is my colour palette. This is what I love. I love the purples, the pinks, the fuchsias, then going into your mints, your baby blues, duck egg blues. You've got that colour palette here. But then go in and add many of your pastel tones cardstock, your deeper cardstocks. You're going to get a completely different look when it comes to the Hummingbird collection. So that is your paper pads. That is basically all of your consumable elements. You may want to stock up on extras. Then we're going to go into our stamp set here. So within this one here, spread your wings. I'm not going to read them all, but you've got thank you for all that you do, wishing you blessing today and always. That is just a few that you're going to get. Take note with these ones as well. Very rectangular when it comes to these sentiments. Sometimes you'll find our sentiments where if you were to cut them, they're going to be in blocks of squares, or maybe you can use your circle nesting dies, but these ones are very elongated, they're longer, they're rectangle, so they're going to be good for if you're doing your concept cards if you want to, maybe your easel cards as stoppers, lots of different things you can be doing with them. But then we're going to go in with the textured lace here, so a lovely, beautiful, edgeable border, but it's the detail that you're getting all the way through, edge to edge. You know what I'm like when it comes to these ones here, as well as this Create a Card, this one, hovering Hummingbird. We have got that Create a Card here. In these ones here, as well as these ones, you know what I'm like, foil press. I am going to just stop for a moment. You guys stateside, we've got it sorted. There was a little gremlin in the system, but it's for your benefit. Your price stateside has come down. It's $124.35. Platinum price is $99.48. So apologies for that, but you will get it at that $124.35. So it is your benefit when it comes to that one there. So all of this you're going to be getting. Everyone that goes for this is going to be getting your free postage and packing and your free shipping, but you've got your 3D embossing folder. Debbie, look at this one as well.
Stunning. And it's all themed around that gorgeous hummingbird. They're very graceful hummingbirds, and you can see all of these match. So those florals and the your cheese plants, they're all there. Everything just matches beautifully, and you'll find that in the papers, running through the dies, running through the stamps and the embossing folders. So it all teams up and works together. Everything combines beautifully for card making, home decor, art, wall art, all sorts of different things. Absolutely stunning. I love those. I think I'm going to use those so many times. They're just beautiful.
So nice to build up your own kind of bouquet if you want.
Absolutely.
Your own floral part. What I would say was, for you guys stateside, certainly with the platinum coming down to $99.48, you just pop maybe even just an extra 6x6 paper pad in there, or maybe the Vellum or something, so that you're going to get your free shipping within that one there. But this one being, everything I'm showing you is the Hummingbird complete collection here. Sweet Hummingbird, you've got the stamp, you've got the die, and then this one here. Isn't it absolutely beautiful?
Oh, gorgeous.
That floral wreath with the Hummingbird when it comes into this one here that you've got there. So that is all of the collection that you're getting within that one there. So just to make that one clear, is when it came to the price for you guys stateside, our graphics were wrong. It was correct on the website, but it was the graphics. So if you're watching live looking at the graphics, it's these ones that were wrong. They are correct now, $124.35. Just to say as well, if you are finding that just maybe a little bit of a considered purchase, because we know that it can be as well, maybe you just want to cherry pick sections. When it comes to the Nature Garden Hummingbird collection, if you spend £50 or $50, you're going to get an extra 10% off. So maybe you just want to go for the paper pad, the cardstock, the Vellum, the folder, and maybe the Hummingbird, the Create a Card. You can do that. Spend £50, $50, and you're going to get an extra 10% off when it comes to that collection here. What can we say, Debbie, that we've not already said in the 17 minutes at the start of the show? I think I've showed you the best I can at the moment. We'll have a look again later on, but Debbie, it's over to you to show you what we can do.
Oh, and there's so much you can do with this collection. Honestly, I had the pleasure of working with it yesterday, and an even bigger pleasure today because I get to spend a lot more time with it today here at Crafters TV. So I'm going to show you basically how it all works. I'm going to start with the beautiful stamp, and it is absolutely beautiful. This sweet hummingbird is exactly that. Now it comes to you in this gorgeous stamp, and I'll just pop that the right way around. There you go, a lovely stamp. No fussy cutting involved because you've got the die that does that for you. I'm actually going to use as well the fragrant florals, so it's exactly the same way. You have all those beautiful florals, and then you don't have to worry. There's 10 of each. So you've got 10 stamps, 10 dies, so no fussy cutting because they all work with the stamps perfectly positioned and perfectly perfectly sized. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm going to use as well, and I am giving you a little taste of what's to come. Don't forget, we've got 2 hours dedicated to the Hummingbird collection later on, where I'm going to try and cram a lot more demos in as well. So we're going to use a little bit of the 3D embossing folder on this one, and also the textured lace. This is the Edgeable factor to this one, and it is absolutely delightful. So many things that you can do with this, from borders to the bottom of gift boxes. And like I said, this collection is going to be for lots of things: birthdays, anniversaries, wall art, home decor, scrapbooking, and so on and so on. Honestly, it's going to be one of those that absolutely endless. And when I talk about wall art, I'm talking about those gorgeous papers. Some of those papers are frame worthy of just going in a frame and popping them on your wall, because they're absolutely beautiful. Now I'm going to use the Sweet Hummingbird, and I'm going to use some of these gorgeous beautiful florals as well. So let's stick a couple of these on. Love this.
About the elegance, isn't it? How they just hover, but their wings just flow. They really are. Does it?
Yes, apparently so. I learned a few facts about hummingbirds yesterday, because they are a beautiful, graceful bird, but I didn't know much about them. So I asked about why did they get the name humming, and it's to do with the wings, isn't it? The wings that make the fluttering sound that creates the hum. Yeah. And I didn't know that.
And what
I genuinely didn't know that.
It keeps their heart rate level.
Yes. Yeah.
Which I didn't know either, but yeah.
We need to find out some facts on hummingbirds. Yes, some hummingbird facts. Is there anybody out there that is a lover of them? I worked with Sherilyn yesterday for the first time ever on Hobby Maker, and it's her favourite bird. She said she couldn't believe that the first time she was working with me, she's working with a favourite bird. And I'm like, well, I mean, I just love this collection. And the birds themselves they're so graceful, and it really is centred around the whole of the hummingbirds, which is just absolutely beautiful. So I'm inking all of that up, Craig. I am using our stamping platform. You'll find all of these things on the website. So I'm going to push that down. Don't ask me how I've got orange on my finger already. I have absolutely no idea. Do you know what? It's delving into that, do you know that tub of ink pads that we've got? The ink applicators. Absolutely. Now, can you see I've missed a little area there? So I'm going to go back in. In fact, I think I might have got a little bit of a... Let's just check. Oh no, that's fine, absolutely perfect. So I'm just going to use that to start with.
Okay,
and I'm going to do a little bit of colouring as well. Now I don't know about you, Craig, but I stamp, colour, then cut. That's the method I do it. I don't know, do you do it a different way?
I tend to die cut.
Yep, stamp into it. Yep, because there's all those sorts of ways that you can do this.
And that's the thing, it's not right or wrong.
Nope.
I'm not right, I'm not wrong, Debbie's not right, Debbie's not wrong. You do what you feel comfortable.
Absolutely. I am going to use the tri-blends as well. Now we do have aqua tricolours on the show, and I will be doing a demo with one of those later on. Maybe not in this show, but potentially in that launch show later on. So I'm going to go in and just lay down the lightest of my colours. Now, hummingbirds, are they traditionally one colour, Craig? Are they different colours?
I think they tend to be a mix of colours.
Yeah, so to be fair, you can make them any colour you want, really. You've got the stamp, you've got the creative, you could use your papers to match as well, so it's entirely up to you, but honestly, just absolutely stunning. So I'm saturating the area with the lightest tone, then I'm going to go in with that dark undertone, go under his belly under this one. Let's
see, just while you're doing that, if you don't mind, David, can I read some comments?
You absolutely can, please.
So many that have come in already within 22 minutes. We've got Caitlin on the social just now, giving us a helping hand. Marsha on YouTube is saying morning. We've got Katie saying hello from Southern California. I've caught a live show. Yay. Kimberly, Bethan, Haley, Katie, Christine. Christine Mahoney, good morning. Love this set. Have it already. Getting ready to buy paper. She is indeed. All of you just said morning to myself and Debbie. Where have we got the collection? Well, we've got, Rhiannon is saying I wouldn't want to cut that paper pad.
No, I know.
I'd be the same, but please do it. It's absolutely beautiful.
Do you know the answer to that one, Craig?
Buy extra. Buy extra.
One to use, one to keep, one to use.
Can I just actually check, Georgina? Is it kind of roughly the same at the moment? Those that are buying the full collection so the 12 by 12 and the 6 by 6, got you. Right, I thought that would be the case. Dee on YouTube, morning Debbie, Craig and all. My order is in for the full collection. Excellent.
Yay.
Did you know the hummingbird is the national bird of Jamaica? Also known as the Dr. Bird. Such a beautiful and graceful bird.
Really?
There you go.
You need to remember that fact for later, Craig.
I do indeed. I'm going to screenshot it. There you go. Mary Jo saying, good morning, Craig and Debbie. This Hummingbird collection is beautiful. Ordered the whole collection plus extra paper pads. Yep, what many are doing. And then Katie, for now, Katie has put, I considered this purchase, and 20 seconds later, checked out in big capitals. So many people have checked out. I just want to try and keep up to date with the comments before taking completely away from Debbie. But Debbie, 10%, over 10% of that full collection already.
I'm not surprised. And,
not surprised.
And you know what? Even though we're doing this now, and this lot, in the wake up call, make sure you get hold of yours now. We're not. I can't guarantee what we'll have got by the time we get to the launch. I can promise you though, we'll still do the two dedicated hours. It is a launch, so we will do the 2 dedicated hours, and we will carry on with all the demonstrations. It just there may be some elements. That are, they may not be around for the full day. Who knows? We just don't know. You can never tell with a collection, but with those gorgeous papers, and they are heavenly. I have been banging on about it since last week.
I'm the same though.
How gorgeous they are. But yeah, absolutely. Get hold of what you can now, and then sit back and watch us later on for that 2-hour show, because I promise you we will do 2 dedicated full hours of demonstrations, chit chats, lots of crafty fun as well, and just enjoy this beautiful collection while we've got it in its entirety.
I am loving this. This colour tone here is me all over, Debbie. Yeah.
Well, do you know, I've actually just matched it up with the colour tones running through those papers and that cardstock. So I'm using, the colours that I've used are the green turquoise blend and the beautiful purple blend for this one. And I'm just going over, started with a light colour, gone in with a dark where I think, the shading would be, but to be fair, with the feathers on the wings, I think you could get away with anything on this one.
You could, couldn't you, actually?
Yeah, and then I'm going to go back in with that light tone as well, just to blend it. Of course, I am using tri-blends. I talk about tri-blends such a lot because they're actually one of my chosen pens that I always choose.
You're so alike,
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. And I think what I'll just finish with there is I'll have a little bit of, they're just gorgeous, aren't they? It's so hard to choose which element of this collection to play with, because they're all beautiful. All of them, absolutely beautiful. They really, really are. And it is a very graceful, beautiful.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely. Gorgeous, gorgeous bird. Beautiful. I absolutely adore this collection. And yes, I do adore those papers, Craig.
It's in some ways it's hard to explain. Yes, you've seen visually briefly. We're going to have a look again just shortly at the collection, but it's that mix. It's not easy to bring colour tones and design and layers together. Now, I don't know much about it, but we get to see the product development team, and trust me when they say it's not easy, this it works, it matches, it pulls together. You want to come in with your glossy highlights or your clear overlay, or you want to go in with maybe your metallic marker pens and add little kind of your own faux foiling sort of effect. You can do that, Debbie, can't you?
Absolutely,
it allows you, doesn't it,
absolutely,
to do that?
Yeah, but it's just beautiful. Some of those elements, I couldn't just imagine that foiling on that one with you just said about that foiling one. I think that beautiful wreath die and that gorgeous creator card would look stunning.
See, that's what I want to do. The first thing I want to do is take that creator card.
I can't wait to see what you do with it, Craig, I promise. I cannot wait to see what you do with it, because it's just beautiful. So you can see you can have a lot of play and a lot of, already is looking, totally transfixed, totally transformed. I will show you, because obviously you've got all the dies, but I want to try and get a lot in this show as well, as much as we can, because we've got lots of other things to focus on too. But you can see how beautiful it is when you've coloured that in. It's stunning.
It is
absolutely
indeed.
Stunning. So you're just going to use the dies that come with it. So if I just show you now, popping that across, like so, and I'll run. Shall I run these through? I'll run these through, Craig. We'll run them through. We've got time, haven't we? We've got loads of time. Loads of time. Absolutely. So I'm going to just pop that on. And I get what you say about lining it up and die cutting first and then stamping and then colouring, because I think it's just a personal choice,
It
really.
really is,
At the end of the day, it's a personal choice. So let's push those to one side, and I've got the florals as well, so I'll just do one of the florals. Let's do the...
When it comes to the dies, for instance, the Hummingbird die you're using there,
Yep.
you die cut that on, just the die, most people would be able to tell it's a Hummingbird. So can you imagine that as an aperture, either as a shaker, using the paper pads in the background, or using it to ink through it or spritz through it. You know, you can do all these stenciling effects if you want to as well. So always have a look at the die as well. Sometimes it can clearly make it look as though what it's meant to be, for instance, a Hummingbird. So do your different things.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to run that through, Craig. I've only just put one of the florals on and the Hummingbird, but you get the idea that all the dies are there in that collection, no little snippy scissors involved, just run the die through and you've got it all, and it creates that full cut-out feature, which for me is a fabulous addition to any collection. I've told you this before, Craig, I'm not really a fussy cutter fan. I know you love the fussy cutting way, I know you do. I'd just rather be getting on with other things, I'm not going to lie. And it's just because. So it's great that we bring these into these collections for that reason, because not everybody does like, I call it the Craig way. But look how gorgeous it is when it's cut out. It's absolutely beautiful. And it's the same with these pieces as well. You simply take the die, run that across and match that up, and it cuts out the elements for you. I just push those to one side again, Craig, and then bring in the ones that I've done already, so you can see straight away. Let's see if I can line that up. I love the fact the flowers, they're all different. I think these are fabulous. But again, just showing you the kind of things. Die cut them all out and you'll end up with all your pieces that you need. I am going to use some more of the collection. So I've got my little hummingbirds there. I've gone for 2 this time, so I've got my 2 hummingbirds. Got some of the leaves and some of the foliage.
If you do want an extra paper pad with the 12 by 12, where you're getting the 36 sheets, which is double-sided, $14.99 or $19.40. Did I just hear you right there, Georgina? See, we've sold double the 12 by 12 from what we have of the collection. So that absolutely goes to show that people are buying an extra 12 by 12 when it comes to that collection. So, yeah, if you can, it's worthwhile doing it.
We knew that would happen, we did, we knew that would happen. Now this is the Edgeable part of the collection, beautiful, and I can see this die being used in lots of other things as well. It's got this gorgeous textured lace to it. Nice size as well, Craig, it's 6 inches by 1.5, so a nice size for your 6 by 6 cards, where it could be simply on the edge of a card or a border. The idea of running it around a gift box, you know, your gift box lid, that would look beautiful. Imagine that all the way around all 4 sides would look absolutely stunning as well. So if you're making gift boxes, there's actually a post going up on the blog. Do you know our blog?
Yes.
Our gorgeous Liam. Have you seen the beautiful project that Liam has created?
Yeah.
Mouth open.
Exactly.
Hit the floor. Oh my days, wait till you see it. I think it's going live tomorrow. So make sure you look at the blog and get the tutorial that our lovely Liam has put together. And it's a gorgeous stationery set using this fabulous collection. It's beautiful, I'm just going to say. The guy has obviously got many talents. He's kept a lot of those hidden, he has. But yes, so go and check that out as well.
Just to say as well, though, if you do check out our blog, Lily's got one just now for the Animals with Attitude, just to let you know.
She thought I was going to do a play on words then, producer Georgina. No, I probably should, I wasn't. So this die cutting edge starts here at this very end. It runs along the top, and then of course all during the centre you've got that beautiful decorative element. But the reason we can call this an edgeable is because at the bottom we haven't put an outside cutting edge, which means it stays connected into the cardstock. So if you remember that little rule of thumb when you're using this, and don't put it the other way around, otherwise you'll end up with a border strip, I'm just going to place that in because I want that to cut towards the end of my plate there. So I'm going to hold that down like so. Let's pop that in. Oh gosh, you don't want that tape, Debbie. That's a bit of micropore that you use for your wires. Right, pop those in and then run that through. Oh dear, I'm that strapped down today, Craig, because it just all day, other day, it just kept falling out of my ear every 2 seconds, and I was fiddling with my ear. So it's
we'll have days like that.
Micropore.
To be fair though, mine's is strapped right at the back of my ear. It's strapped right down the back of my neck as well with the micropore. It's all the way down, so yeah.
Right, so when you take this out, then just give it a little dye clean. Let me grab my brush and give it a little rub over so you can see all the pieces when you take that out. And when you've got all of those pieces taken out, just make sure I've got all the rest. There we go.
Well, Denise on YouTube has said hummingbirds can fly backwards.
They can what?
They can fly backwards.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know
I'm learning
that.
lots about my birds today, the hummingbirds, of course.
Oh, I mean, I just love this. Now, I'm inking up, in fact, let me just show you, because I've just got carried away there while I was doing this. Please excuse my little frugal piece, but I'll explain why I've done that in a minute. But I'm just going to ink the edges. Look how gorgeous that filigree design is. It's absolutely beautiful. But I'm just going to ink around the edge with a matching kind of colour. So I've gone for pale fig with this one. So I'm just going to give that a little ink. There's so many elements to this collection that you can really get, creative. And then add things that you've already got in your crafty stash as well. Now I'm going to put this card together now, Craig. So I've got my cardstock. So I've gone for a big 8x8, and you can see a beautiful 8x8 size there. I did this yesterday. I'm going to show you again. I've been a bit frugal. And the only reason I've been frugal is because I don't want to waste that beautiful textured cardstock because I could use it for something else, hence my next piece.
It's like the Russian dolls of die-cut aperture pieces of your cardstock.
Now, what I want to do, because I am going to be covering this up as well, is I could be a little bit more frugal. In fact, shall we?
Yeah.
Shall we save a little bit? Because I'm going to use this. So if you want, because that paper pad, let me just tell you, utterly beautiful. If you want to get frugal again, let's see if I've got my craft knife. I'm going to go on the inside panel. So if I just use this, there's a little bit of a, because I don't want to waste all of that beautiful paper, because it is beautiful. And I would probably use, do you know our lovely dies that we had out?
Yeah.
Do you know I always call them your dies. Do you know the...
My dies?
Nesting dies. Do you know the nesting dies?
Oh, the Matt and Laird dies?
Yeah, the Matt and Laird dies, because I would want to get a nice, neat finish. I'm just doing this for quick purposes with the demonstration, but I would use that to cut the frame, and then I've got a nice, solid piece to use, rather than a piece that I probably... Well, I will use, to be fair. I'm not going to lie, because it's just the most gorgeous paper. But I've saved myself a little piece that I could use for something else, for a later project. So... be frugal, because I'm telling you something in a moment, Craig. You're not going to see any of these little holes, these little spaces, and the reason I've taken this is because I've used our nesting dies.
Look at that.
I'll cut through that and I'll say to myself, I like to be frugal with my paper. If Christine's still watching, I bet she's exactly the same, even though she orders all those paper pads. I bet she's still frugal with it. I bet she makes it go a long way. As canny crafters, Craig, and I know you're the same. As canny crafters, we like to save, especially beautiful papers. We like to save as much as we can, and make it go a lot longer than it normally would. So, and when you're not going to see it, what's the point?
No, and the thing is, what you need to keep in mind as well, and I can only obviously, I can speak for other branded cardstocks, but certainly with ours as well, because of the quality of it. Some people find, Debbie, when you gut your cardstock, it's taken that weight from the centre. But when you're layering them up with your double-sided papers, with your texture cardstock, keeping in mind whether you are using what Debbie uses and loves to use, Leanne's glue, all-purpose glue, or whether you're using your foam or your glue gel, that helps. That adds structure, that adds strength. Please don't worry about it. I would be more concerned about wasting your cardstock and papers than the weight of it. It's going to hold, and if you use our multi-purpose cardstock that most of us use to create a card blank, it's all a winner. It's all going to work. Please don't worry. Just save your cardstock and papers. And
I just had to do a little bit of reshuffling because I realised I needed my thicker piece this end, hence why I cut it to this side, because I've got my lovely decorative piece. So thankfully I did use our all-purpose glue that gives me the wiggle time. Good job I did, Craig, because I realised my little faux pas quite early on. I'm using our dotty tape pen to go around that filigree piece, but what I'm just going to do now is like literally just do lots of matting and layering to create this illusion and to build up using the elements of the collection because they're all gorgeous. You can see it coming together. I'm going to start now bringing in some more pieces. So I'm going to use... I mean, come on, that paper is just divine, and you can literally match. So do you know that piece that I did cut out? I could have used that one.
True.
But the flow of that paper just means that all ties up and matches beautifully together. And I don't want to cover it up because it's such a gorgeous piece. You know, talking about it being wall art, because it's such stunning imagery in here. I don't know which one of our which one of our lovely our lovely, Leanne's lovely team created this, but honestly...
my plan was to message Leanne before the show, and just time ran away with me. Hopefully, between either myself or Debbie, if we can find that out for actual launch day, we'll do that, we will. Because we need to give a big shout out to the team.
Yeah, absolutely we do, because the team that's been on this one, just stunning. I mean, we bring out stunning things anyway, Craig, but this is just out of this world. Now, with the nesting dies, I just went down a next notch, but can you see what I used here, Craig? Embossing folder, and I just used a corner of it to create that lovely texture. I am going to do more detailed detailed demos. I knew I'd get that word out eventually. Detailed demos. I did say to you, Craig, earlier on, my words today. I don't know what it is, a bit of brain fog, I don't know what.
It's because you've been surrounded by hummingbirds for the last couple of days. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
But how beautiful. I mean, look, I think I might have to put it down there because I love this paper. I just love the paper, so I might change it up. I was going to go there, but no, I think I'm going to go a little bit further down and bring my design this way and put my little birds up here instead. Always find ways that you can make this work, Craig. Always find ways.
Yeah, that's the thing, what you've got. So once Debbie's done that, I will read your comments. There is one here, Lillian on Facebook, which is a really good idea. I really want to try my flip markers on the Hummingbird. Can't wait for my order to get here. What a great idea. Imagine your flip markers going even round the edges or just cherry picking sections.
Absolutely. That's I can't wait. She needs to share. If you do that, please share your fabulous makes with us, because, oh my days, Craig, that will look stunning with the flip markers.
They do, yeah.
Absolutely stunning.
Social details along the bottom there. You know, certainly if you're, not that you'll have the Hummingbird collection, but, you know, there is the studio email, in case you did want to send any nature garden pictures. But as Debbie said, when you do get it, I know I say this a lot, but it's so important for you guys to know we are all on social. Put our full name, CC at the end, tag us in what you make, because we'll love to see what you do.
Absolutely we would. Now I'm going to bring in some 3D collal glue for this little bit, because I'm going to start to build up my florals and my little leaves here as well. So I'm just going to put a few of those. I'm going to go around the bottom part with this one, Craig, so let's pop a little bit on there. Obviously when you're using this wet glue, the 3D collal glue, or the chunky glue as I affectionately call it, just make sure that you give it the drying time. Bit of chunky glue, but you can see how the whole of this collection just works so beautifully together. It's just glorious, and it's a joy to work with. I'm not going to lie, it's an absolute joy to work with. I can't wait to see what you come up with, Craig, because I know you love this collection just as much as I do.
It. Absolutely
and
adore
it really is beautiful. I was debating whether to stick my other one on there, but I'm going to save him for later on. It'll come in handy for something else. So I think I've got all my little bits, but the last thing that I just need to finish that off with, of course, is a fabulous sentiment. So follow your heart, it knows the way. Oh, what a gorgeous sentiment this is. It's absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to pop a little foam pad just onto the back like so, and I'm not going to cover up again that gorgeous imagery, but there you go, Craig. And I'm not going to add any more flowers on. I think I'm quite happy with that, but again, just to see how all of that collection works so beautifully together, it is absolutely gorgeous. Loads of things that you can use from your other elements as well, but it's just such a beautiful collection. I know you're going to love this just as much as we do. There was such a buzz, weren't there, around this collection when we first heard about it, and I heard about the rumours of the paper, and I'm thinking, no way can it be better than some of the paper pads we've had. Until you get it and physically see it in your hand, you'll understand why we've all gone nuts over this beautiful Hummingbird collection.
We have indeed. And if you think as well, because of the different colour tones, if you were to make and replicate exactly what Debbie's done, but with maybe some of the blue papers, or maybe some of the yellowy papers, so you do the same construction exactly as Debbie's done, but it'll look different because of the colours that you've used. Have a play with it as well. If you want that collection, it has already been so busy. Going in for that full collection, this is the official launch day on Crafters TV of Nature Garden's Hummingbird Complete Collection. You're going to get 43 elements, you're going to get 120 sheets of paper, card, vellum, 3D embossing folder, edgeables, create a card, loads and loads of things that are in it. Today's price being $99.99 or $124.35. On today's price, everyone's going to be saving 25%. But if you are in our club and you're platinum, that's going to come down to $79.99 or $99.48. Head across to the website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au. That's where you need to go, and you're going to have a look. Quickest way to go is shop the day. You're going to find that full collection there, as well as the individual parts as well. If you do like this collection, but maybe it's just a little bit out your budget for this moment of the month, you can build your own, whereas if you spend £50 or $50, you're going to get an extra 10% off. So maybe you just want selective bits, so you can absolutely do that. But let's go in, let's have a look at the papers again. So we'll have a look at the collection, but we'll start off with the papers here. So we're going to go from up above. This is the best way for you to see them. And you know, we've touched all the way throughout, but look at it. What it's also got is, up close, it is more of a yellowy, goldy speckle, but at a distance you do get that white work sort of look, whether it's, you know, parchment, vellum, you've got that feel to it as well. But really, really beautiful. That beautiful blue, isn't it exquisite? Go in, cherry pick sections. Okay, you've got the 6x6, but you can then go in and maybe just do strips. Maybe you like to do your slimline cards, you can do, of course. But it's got that design, it's got that layout, it's got that texture, it's got even that distressed look when it comes to the edges as well. All of these do have kind of the complementary backgrounds as well, but these are all themed around the hummingbird. Hence, it's called the Hummingbird Collection here from Nature Garden. You've got the florals, you've got the foliage, but even some of these berries that you're getting, you're then going in from your lilacs, you've got your teals, you've got your turquoises. I mean, that one with the fuchsias, really, really beautiful. If you did even want to go in and just go in with your craft knife or scissors and not cut out full sections, but just cherry pick sections of the petals and lift them up, you could do it. There's lots of scope for craftability. That one is Georgina's favourite for the moment. That'll maybe change again later on when we see them again. But what we've got here, isn't it? Think of them on that 3D aspect. You've got your high up here, but then as you go further back down, you've got your florals at the back here. You've got more coming down. You've got that layering aspect to it. But beautiful if you are just popping them in a home decor frame, like Debbie said, but you've got the colours that are going to work for whoever the recipient may be. Mina is beautiful within that collection. So that is your 12 by 12. So you do get your 6 by 6 as well, which is exactly the same as this 12 by 12. It's just been scaled down on that one there. And then you're going to go in with my favourite, my absolute favourite texture of cardstock, and that is the vellum. It is A4, but you've got your purple, your pinks, your fuchsias, you've got your mint, your turquoise, and even your deep blue. If you did want to go for that one individually or pop it in extra, $14.99 or $19.95. So that, as well as your 8x8 vellums. Beautiful. We've backed it with a piece of white at the back, but you can then go and layer it on top of black card, even go in over your pattern papers. You can do that if you want to. 24 sheets in total if you want to go for that as an extra one, $12.99 or $16.95. Maybe instead of using your 12 by 12, some people will say, how do I use my vellums? We'll use them as an alternative way to your papers. So beautiful colour tones. Images you're going to find that are going to match the paper pads. So all of that has been your consumable elements. So these are ones that you may want to think about stocking up. Botanical wreath within this one here. So between that one and also hovering hummingbird, these two I would adore to see being used on the foil press, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Maybe you want to do little bits of paper piecing, you can do. You can do little bits of fussy cutting, you can do. But you've got that one there that's going to create a really quick but instant card. Then the one that Debbie just used being the sweet hummingbird within this one. So you've got the stamp, you've got the die, use them separate, use them together, that's up to you, but you've got options. Then we're going to go into this ornate, really fancy curvy tag within this one, tropical tags, and it's got that tropical feel when it comes to these ones here. This is a really good shaped floral to do your flower sculpting. When it comes to making your paper flowers, you can do that. Then we've also got the fragrant florals. This is with the set that Debbie was using a moment ago as well. Once again, stamp and dies, use them together, use them separately. And then we've got our 5x7 3D Heavenly Hummingbird. And as Debbie showed you within our demonstration there, don't always think you have to use the full 5x7. Cherry pick sections. Could be somewhere up at the top. It could be the hummingbird itself. You can do that. That's up to you. Textured lace, another one that Debbie used within our demonstration there. So lots of different things. Think of the ways that Debbie was explaining how you can use them. And then spread your wings. These are our lovely sentiments that you've got here. And I know I said at the start there, and I'm going to say it again, it's not often we see sentiments that are nice and they're elongated as in rectangles. You can be doing that with these ones here. So that is everything that you're going to be getting within that full collection. 49 minutes after going live with our very first show. Tell me again, Georgina. Almost 20% of the launch day stock has gone. We're not even into launch day yet. We're only 50 minutes now into the first show. Baskets are bulging. So I know many of you like to see what Debbie's doing, but what to do is please make sure you check it out in your basket so that it's yours and you know it's going to be yours. It's going to be coming its way to you, where you can be creating lots of gorgeous things with our Nature Garden Hummingbird collection. Tell you what, let's give you a chance to check out before we come back and see Debbie. In the meantime, check your baskets out and you can have a look at this.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Make your die cutting tools last as long as your love for crafting with the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates. Your metal dies are put under lots of pressure with each pass through your Gemini die cutting machine. So to make sure they cut crisp, clean, delicate designs for years to come, you need to look after your dies, and that's where the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates come in. Quick Buy, get yours now.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Oh, I miss him. Oh, he's only been gone a week. Still got another week to go though. Although he will be back. He's having a lovely break with his family. He did actually post a picture with Laura and the kids yesterday on his Crafter's Companion page, sunning himself in the sun. Although we're meant to have a heat wave this weekend.
This weekend?
Apparently so.
Yay!
Apparently so. Yeah, can roll a egg. Oh, let's not go down that road on that one. Rolling the eggs comments. Oh, that opened up a load of, yeah.
It's a big thing though, isn't it, the rolling the eggs? Yeah, it's an event. They do lots of events in lots of areas about the rolling of the eggs down. You make sure it's a hard-boiled egg though, but it's the fact
yes, of
egg,
course.
more decorated as
Thank
well,
you,
and they
Debbie.
roll them down. Yeah, it's a thing in England. Is it a little bit quaint? Is that not what people
It's
are?
a thing all over Britain.
Oh, well,
Not
yeah.
just England, but
Yeah.
in Scotland.
It's so good.
Yeah. There you go. Thank you. It seems to be everyone in this building are like, what, rolling an egg? What are you on
Rolling
about?
an egg.
But thankfully last week in the comments, you guys backed me up. Yeah, you might not want to waste your eggs this time of the year. Yeah, keep them for eating. Yeah, keep them for eating. Good point though, Georgie. Good point. Yes, there you go. Ben will be back in a week or so, just shortly after his holiday. Right, before we go back to Debbie, let's have a look at some of these comments. In actual fact, Stacey has asked a question, and we're actually going to cover it in a moment. You're just asking about the difference between tri-blend shade and the tri-colour pens. Get that one the right way round. Debbie's going to go over that in a moment. Susanna's saying, good morning from Boston. I'm excited about this collection. Woke up early, didn't want to miss one. I moved it to my car and closed the deal. Good, good, glad to hear. Stacey Allen on YouTube is saying, Debbie, you are such a beautiful woman. I love the way you craft. I get so much inspiration on your colouring, on things. It's just amazing. The shading and the blending, it's just fab. And you so suit your blonde hair now. Which you do actually, yeah.
Oh, that's so lovely. Who's that?
That was Stacey Allen on YouTube.
Stacey Ann, thank you very much. That's a lovely thing to say. Oh, I'm really touched. Thank you. That is a really kind thing to say. Do you know what? You've just made this lovely old lass from Yorkshire very, very happy. Thank you. Such a beautiful comment. Thank you very much for that.
So true. Katie, Beth, Rhiannon, Sandy, Katie, Susan, they're all saying what a beautiful card that was that you made there. Susie T on YouTube saying, got my papers. Back to bed till launch day. Excellent. We'll see you then, Susie T. And Hayley Ralph on Facebook. How beautiful would this collection work with the mini memory set? I might have to give that one a try. Absolutely, that's a really good idea. And now we've got Chloe taking over, giving us a helping hand on the comments for the next hour. So keep your comments coming up and coming in when it comes to Wake Up Call. And what we're going to do just now is, well, let's have a look at these pens. Let's answer that question that came up a moment ago, Debbie.
Yes, so did you say that somebody asked about the pens and the difference between them? So a tricolour aqua, which by the way we've got on the show and I am going to be using in a moment, but a tricolour aqua is a water-based marker. So it's not to be confused with a tri-blend pen or a tri-blend brush pen, because these are alcohol markers and these are what we call for controlled blending. So that you've got the one colour family in the one pen from the light, the medium to the dark tone to get that beautiful smooth blending quite easy without you having to work out how to get your shading and things like that, because that pen does it for you. Comes in that free part as well, so it's pretty much similar to what the tricolour aqua is in the terms of the shape and the style of the pen. So you've got this lovely ergonomical barrel, but this is an alcohol marker and these are our tri-blend pens. The tri-blend brush is the same as a tri-blend pen. However, it's got a Japanese brush nib on it, so it's got more of a fluidity in a beautiful style nib, which is that Japanese brush nib, and it means you get that lovely fluidity with this as well. So they're your alcohol markers, both shaped in the same way that the tricolour aqua, but the difference is these are alcohol markers, this is a tricolour aqua. So it's water-based, and you'll see straight away you have got no same family in this. It's 3 different colours. They all complement each other though, Craig. They've been specifically put together by Leanne and her team at Spectrum Noir to complement either. So you've got warm colours, and you've got like your greens and your purples, and there's a load of colours in there. But the lovely thing about these are water-based pens, and lots of techniques from colouring. But because they're water-based, it means that you can use these as your watercolour effects. So we kind of demystify the world of watercolour into a simple pen form, lovely ergonomical shape, split into 3, and you've got those 3 colours in that one pen. So for me, that's the difference. It's a water-based marker, alcohol-based marker, and that's with both of the tri-blends. Black barrel, tri-blend pen, grey barrel, tri-blend brush pen, oh my days. And then the blue barrel is the aqua, and it states there, tricolour aqua, which is completely different. Okay, so with that said, we're going to be using those in a second, but I am coming back to, and it's not called the hovering hummingbird like I thought it was when I first saw it. It's called the hovering hummingbird. Honestly, I read it, Craig, I read it. I looked at it and I'm like, hovering? I thought, this is time for me to go and get my glasses checked. It's hovering hummingbird, but again, absolutely beautiful. And it's from the Creator Card range, split into 2. This one in itself has got places where it's connected to your cardstock. So if you want to cut into things like your gift boxes or bigger pieces of cardstock, that's the one that you use on its own. Gorgeous tropical florals around there, as well as that gorgeous hummingbird. But by bringing the frame in, the frame then creates the cutting element to it. And that's the one that I'm going to use. I'm going to create my cutting panel. Because I'm using aqua-based markers, I am going to be using watercoloured cardstock. Okay. So this is our watercolour cardstock. I think it's 15 sheets, I think, for something like £3.
Something around about that, isn't it?
Something along those lines, yeah. But because I am using a water-based marker, I'm going to get the premium results with the watercolour cardstock. So I'm going to run that through my Gemini now. So pop that in there. Normal combination for your thin metal die, which is, oh, I forgot that then. Push those to one side. Pop that through. On your normal combination of your platform of your Gemini, but these will go through any machine, manual or electronic, as long as they fit the sides of the machine. So you'll know for a fact with this one, you're not going to get it through your Mini. No. You know it's going to go through the Mini. It's too big for that. But anything, yeah, but anything from your Gemini Junior, shall we say, upwards, so your MIDI, and I don't know any other machines on the market. I do apologise. I don't know about you, Craig, but I'm a little bit out of touch, do you know, with other machines.
If I do mention other machines, it always seems to be the same, like 3 that I always say. They'll go through other machines, and I'll always say the Spellbinders, and I'll always say Tonic's one as well. Like you, I can't think of any other ones. I'm not used to the Gemini because, well, we adore it.
Exactly.
And it's a good point, actually, just to make as well, because I know it's many of us on the team, but certainly me and Debbie, we bought all our Gemini machines before we started working here, so that just goes to show how much we love it.
Yeah, 6 years this year I've had mine. Yeah, it's a long time, isn't it, when you say it like that? Absolutely. Now, I'm being careful with these little areas because all I need to do is poke those out, but I'll just poke a couple more out. But the lovely thing about this, Craig, can you see this? I haven't torn it, it's deliberate. It's been designed to have a lovely liftable wing to create a bit of flight. How gorgeous is that? Absolutely beautiful. So I'm just going to poke out a few other little bits. Is there any more comments coming through, Craig?
There is indeed.
Is there? Lovely.
Yes, I'll let you do that while we have a look at these ones here. So a few comments coming back through, just saying again how much they love that last card. It is pretty much about the love of the papers. Not surprised. The colour tones that run all the way throughout, that's what everyone is loving as well. Quite a few as well, I know I did touch upon Suzanne's comment earlier on, many of you stateside, because it is really quite early. What will it be now? So it will be around, so it'll be about 2 minutes past 4 a.m. Eastern time. You've got up to get your collections, checked it out, and you're away back for a little snooze before you come back for launch day, which is totally understandable for sure. Beth is saying, again, this is going back to the last card, beautiful card. Rhiannon saying that was stunning. Sandy saying just beautiful. Let us know as well, what elements of the collection are you looking for? We've looked at it twice already, but I'm going to have a look at it again once more within Wake Up Call before we start to show you a few other bits. Is it the colour tone? What's got your attention first of all? Is it the pattern papers? Is it the design? Is it the colours? Is it the actual concepts within that full collection? Let us know as well, and between yourself and Chloe, we'll get the comments coming up. Oh, you're okay?
Sorry,
oh, you okay? No, you're okay. No, you're fine. You okay? Oh well then. Yeah.
Sorry, it's this silly little tickle.
That's okay.
Taking its time to leave me, it is, it really is. But I'm going to start with these gorgeous colours now. So, of course, the tricolour colour. In this one, this is the bright floral. Got three beautiful colours here, Craig. You've got this gorgeous, like, reddy pink tone, a very pale pink one there, or so I say tulip, and then the jasmine. So, rose pink, tulip and jasmine in that one particular colour. Now, I know you, Craig, you love to use your glass mat like I do. It's like a tool, it's an extra tool, it's like a palette, where you can just literally scribble down a bit of colour onto your glass mat, and then you can take your brush, your paint brush, or you could use your clear overlay sparkle for this. You want your brush to be damp, not soaking wet, so just dab a little bit of the excess water off with a bit of kitchen towel, pick that up, and then you can have a play. Now, when we talk about colouring made easy, you couldn't get anything finer than this, and it really is, it does demystify like those watercolouring effects. I love watercolour, but I would never think I could actually achieve colours, you know, with my watercolouring, but I can with our gorgeous pens. And you can go in and you can literally take it straight directly onto your cardstock. I'm not going to do it right now because that's still wet, and I'm not going to put a nib into something wet, but you can go in and still move that around if you go directly on. Even though I've popped some on there, I'm still able to do that. But I do like to, I'm not going to lie, I love to pick it up, and then I'm more in control of what I'm getting when it comes to the terms of colouring.
And that's exactly what I do as well.
Yeah.
It's about that control factor, isn't it?
Yeah, and we talk about these pens 3 in 1 colour, as in 3 colours in 1 pen, sorry. But when you think about it, Craig, you can mix your own colour palette with these. Yeah. So you could actually pop down a little bit of your rose pink on there, maybe a bit of the yellow on there, and let's just see what colour we get when we bring those two together. We get a different tone, so you're creating another little something a little bit different. A bit more of an orangey tone there, so you can create your own kind of colours with these as well. So I'm just showing you colouring. I've already got one pre-done, Craig, but again, just to kind of show you the things that you can be doing with these. Let's go in with that lovely yellow.
Well, I'm going to have a look at the tricolours just shortly once Debbie's done her demonstration, but the details are on the bottom of the screen if you want to get hold of them now. Yeah,
and there's nothing to stop you from going directly on and maybe then picking up your clear overlay pen and moving that colour around. And what you're going to do with this one is now add a little bit of sparkle to it as well. And again, you can still do the same. You can use your brush, pick it up and pick the colour up. So you can use this, we talk about this being like a paintbrush with a clear overlay. So I do have multiples. I know you're the same, Craig.
Yeah, if you see my bag like yours, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have multiples of them. But you add a little bit of shine to this, a little bit of shimmering, glitter effects just by doing it. And of course, you can go back on. I'm just changing that colour again by picking up that yellow and add it. So this is the kind of thing, and these are the looks that you can achieve. And if I just show you, you can really it's very forgiving. That's the lovely thing about our pens. They're very, very forgiving, and you can already see it coming together. And let's just add shall I add another colour? Let's go in with that beautiful pink again. Pop some down.
And as much as this collection, would suit your glitters, which it absolutely would do, there's some collections that you want a bit of sparkle, but you don't want that intense sparkle. Yeah. You want that hit of sparkle. Whereas, like what Debbie's doing now, at first glance, if you're looking, you're like, can't see sparkle. But then as you get close, you get that nice little shimmer. It's smooth. There's not that texture to it. Not everyone likes the texture of glitter, but the pens really are worthwhile. One of those colour mediums to then invest in, because you can do lots with them.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can still go in, you know, we talk about shade and tone, light and tone, you can still go in and add with these. You can build that colour up, and you can really, really play with these. They're absolutely, honestly, gorgeous pens. If you've been a little bit scared of watercolour in the past, I wouldn't be with these, because they're absolutely beautiful. And again, when you're using your clear overlay sparkle pen, you can literally clean that brush just by spinning a little bit, you know, a bit off there, and it runs clear again. So you can then use it and create a bit of clear. But I'm going to speed that process up, because I want to try and get some more demos.
They're trying to put me off in the gallery.
I did wonder what they were doing.
I'm trying to be as professional as I can be, and they're putting me off.
Are they being little devils, Craig? It's that Nicola. It's that Nicola. I like, yeah, have you noticed, producer Georgina? Can we stop saying they? It's that naughty Nicola.
They're throwing each other under the bus now.
Now, when you start to add the rest of your colour, and you can see with mine, and if I just bring this over the top, this is created using those beautiful tricolours, and I've just chosen colours that are kind of emulated, or, you know, looked a little bit like the Hummingbird colours in the papers as well. And like I said, you can go back in and you can add more. You can wait till it dries and then go back in and touch it back up. You can add that shade and dimension with your pieces. So again, looks absolutely beautiful, no matter which way you colour these in. And of course, you've got that lovely wing factor, and it stays connected in, so it's not going to come out. It stays connected in, but it gives it a bit of flight. It gives it a bit of extra texture. And of course, snippability. This one, you could cut areas out, and you could add layers, and you could do little decoupage layers to it. So again, we should put Craig in box then.
I'm not doing anything.
I keep looking up and you've got that cheeky little grin on your face. I know you, mister.
Me, innocent me.
Now I'm going to bring in, I've made myself a stepper card, and oh, what a lovely screenshot that is. I've made myself a stepper card using our Centura Pearl cardstock, and I've already put my little frame around it, and I've just used our nesting dies again, Craig.
Yeah.
I'm going to call them out, your lovely nesting dies that you did. You just use those to create your little frames. Makes framing very easy as well, may I add.
And that's why I wanted them in our collection. I was so grateful that Leanne and the team had brought them to us.
Yeah, and it just makes things like life easy when you want to create frames and pieces like that, and cutting in apertures, because that's what that is. I've created an aperture. But I have brought in some of our heavyweight acetate, because I'm going to have my panel, now it's nice and dry, sitting on the top of it. So I'm just bringing it in. Now, I always tell people, because with our heavyweight acetate, it comes in transit with a film over it. So you just take your pokey tool in one of the corners and peel that back, and if I hold it up there, you'll be able to see it. It's got like a film over the top, and it's to protect in transition, or in transit, it's to protect the won't scratch, because sometimes, I don't know about you, Craig, but in the past when I've bought some from other companies, it's all scratched. By the time I get it home, I'm like, what the heck?
I wish I had your tip there on Saturday when I was at Hobby Maker. Oh my gosh, usually I have no bother getting the clear coating off the acetate, but when you're live, no. Could I get it? No, I couldn't, Debbie. No.
It normally happens to me with foam pads and things like that, and I'm like, why can't I get this off? It's the most easiest thing in the world, but not when you're live on... Hang on a minute.
No.
Hang on a minute. Have we got plenty in? Let me just check. Yeah, tape pen.
Have we still actually got them in stock?
Have we still got them? I hope we have, because I need some more.
More?
More?
I actually need more foam pads, to be fair.
Bless you. Well, I might just have to go with an handful under my arm if Tracy's not watching. Now, I'm going to pop that on over the top, because, like I said, I want my panel to sit in the centre of that aperture. And that's why I've brought in some acetate, because I want it to sit firmly in there. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I use the die to create the aperture, so it sits neatly right back into there. So little top tips, that's how you can do it to create it, and it gives it that lovely glass effect where it's see-through effect.
Do you know what you could do as well, I'm thinking? Is if you, of course, you could colour the image, but if you leave the image white, but then colour the acetate with your alcohol pens to get like a stained glass hummingbird effect.
Oh,
that would
yes.
work well.
Yeah, that'd look lovely as well. Honestly, once you get this collection on, I know that your creativity will be flowing. It's just such a beautiful collection with endless possibilities in what you can do. Like I said, not just card making. No. What about your gift boxes? What about, like you said, a little bit of home decor, some wall art if you just want to use those papers. Lots and lots of lovely ways that you can use these elements. And this is just one way of using that lovely creator card die, using our water-based markers. Said the flip marker again, because again, this would look lovely with the flip markers.
Lillian.
Yeah, Lillian, this would look beautiful with the flip marker as well. And I've just taken care not to put any glue on the back of my wing, because I do want that to sit up. But literally, all I'm doing now is just securing that down onto the acetate, and you've got that lovely see-through element as well. But of course, with anything, we need a little bit of a backdrop, and I'm going to use the papers that I actually cut from, and again, if I just pop that down, no waste. So I've done exactly the same. I've used one of your dies to create the outside frame, but used the outside frame of the creator card to cut out not only the aperture, but cut out my square panel and just layer it up. And I did it with a piece of Centura pearl and also that beautiful paper. Perfect. And it matches perfectly, and it's going to sit perfectly now on the inside as well, like so. And like it's making the most of your things that you use.
It's just going further, isn't
absolutely. Make it go further. Yeah, that's a good way of describing it.
It really, really does.
So I'm just going to pop that on, Craig, and because I'm using my wet glue, that means I can position it so I can look at it by eye. I think that's just roughly around where I want it to be. And then I've brought in a couple more elements, so that same matching paper, so it all ties in. So from the frame, on the inside of the card and the outside is going to sit perfectly. And again, if you could just take a moment with this gorgeous imagery on this paper, you can see the lovely hummingbirds. Absolutely stunning. We are going to find out which member of our team created this beautiful, beautiful paper. Oh, honestly, just out of this world, stunning. It really, really is. So I'm just going to slip that in. Let me just open that up. There we go.
I do genuinely think, I know obviously me and Debbie, we've been saying that this is absolutely like our new favourite collection. And I know I tend to say you can't have favourites, but we do. We do. We're all human beings. I do think this is going to be so many of you guys at home favourite collection, certainly from Nature Garden anyway. I 100% believe it. And that, actually, do you know something? That's a good point as well, Georgina's just said as well. This collection could actually potentially then bring it so that the hummingbird is the new butterfly, or the updated butterfly.
Absolutely.
So instead of having butterfly, we'll never do away with them, but maybe just have the hummingbird instead.
Absolutely. And it really is. I can definitely see that too.
Yeah.
Now, I've just done exactly the same, using those tropical flowers. I've just done exactly the same way. I've die cut stamps, but I've used the watercolour to bring in the watercolour effect rather than using alcohol markers. Thought it'd look a bit too sticky, so I've used the same kind of colours that I've done. So I'm just going to pop on now some of our 3D Collal glue, and I'm going to pop just to give it that little tiny in again element. So I'm going to go in and then literally pop on the bottom of my flower there, a little bit there so it hangs over. And then I've used one of the sentiments, wishing you happiness today and always. So I'm going to pop some more onto the back of there. Let's move that out of the way. And then just pop that in. And I'm going to, I'll have it, shall I have it a little bit skew with that one? Nah, no, we'll keep straight. I'll go straight. Actually, no, I might have it a little bit skew whiff. Quite like the skew whiff. So I'm just going to pop that and let that dry.
Wow.
And there you go, using that gorgeous creator card. And again, the papers, different styles of cards, whatever it is that you want to do, those sentiments. But let's not take away from this graceful hummingbird how beautiful this whole collection works together. From the vellums, the papers, the cardstock, the textured linen cardstock, the stamps, everything works so beautifully together. They're like a mini Sarah signature collection on Nature's Garden ranges, but absolutely stunning. All ties in, but lots of those elements as well you can take out of that collection and use in lots of other things too. So it's quite a versatile collection, and one that is simply stunning, all about those beautiful hummingbirds.
I am so glad I can't vote for demo of the show. So glad. So that's going to be a tough one for sure. Absolutely a tough one. Just quickly, that full collection, Hummingbird complete collection, $99.99 or $124.35. If you are platinum, that's going to come down to $79.99 or $99.48. You guys across Central Europe, you can get that full collection as well. I believe you're €113.16. crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. What we'll do is we'll not go through the full collection, but let's have a look at these paper pads, because this is not only is the collection the winner, but if anyone was to go through or go for an individual element, it's this 12 by 12 paper pad. I'm going to ask Georgina, is it still exactly the same? Are people that are going for the full collection going with a 12 by 12 at least? She's ignoring me.
Sorry, Craig, what did you say?
No, not you, Debbie. Georgina.
Oh,
Georgina.
Yeah,
no.
I was too busy tidying away there. I do apologise.
Oh, no, that's okay. No, that's okay. No, I was just checking, Georgina, is it still the same at the moment? Everyone that's going for a full is going for 12 by 12? Yeah, thought so. Here we go. So this is our 12 by 12. So we'll just go through this one at the moment, and let's go through the designs within these ones here. Oh, I love it. I absolutely adore that 12 by 12 page here. If you do want to go for it individually, or you do want to go for it as an extra, $14.99 or $19.40. It does, Georgina, doesn't it? Was that you that said that, Nicola? It was you, Georgina. Yeah, it does match my shirt, it does. But even see how, to overlay the front design with the blue, you know, it still works. So maybe you're going to go for a larger card and have a strip of the blue on the bottom with this gorgeous pink on the top there. You can do. But let's go through these ones here. There are lots of beautiful colours that are going to complement your die cutting, your embossing. Maybe you want to then pick out a certain paper pad to start with, and then, is that your new favourite this time, Georgina?
No, it's too hard to choose.
It is hard, isn't it?
That's why Georgina's torn, because every single one of them are just stunning.
Yeah, they really are. But with you using your sparkle overlay a moment ago, Debbie, imagine that just into little sections,
yes.
Either with the floral buds or even the leaves or even the hummingbirds themselves. You can absolutely do that. Imagine if you are, mostly speaking to you guys stateside, although here in the UK we are doing more and more 12 by 12 scrapbook pages, but can you imagine doing a 12 by 12 scrapbook, or even just a scrapbook page using this? This would, in my opinion, be the easiest scrapbook page to do, because you wouldn't want to cover much of it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a little photo of whoever it is in one corner, maybe a little bit of script at the top. I don't know, a few gems, pearls, maybe that's it. You don't need to do much at all, and you can create the most beautiful 12 by 12 scrapbooks if you want to. Don't forget, you do get the 6 by 6, or you do get the coordinated 8 by 8 vellums. But going in with this one. So we've got subtle designs where the colours just run through colour family within the pinks. This one, we've got our teals, we've got some of our yellows with our oranges, even with our pinks, the bits of fuchsias as well, and they all work. And that's the key thing. If you do have a page where you've got quite a few colours, you are going to find it's all going to work. Whether it's stronger colours, whether it's the pastel tones, you've got that sort of option within that one there. So that one there, that is at least giving you a bit of a tease. We've kind of shown you in full depth the paper pad and that full collection. If you do want to go for the 12 by 12 individually, you can do. It was just on the bottom of your screen a moment ago, but that is coming in with that full collection with the Nature Garden Hummingbird collection. Right, let's have a look at the tricolours before we quickly go back to Debbie. These were the ones that Debbie was using a moment ago, this one being your tricolour marker collection. You're going to get 12 markers in total. Debbie explained the way in which you would use them and how to use them. These ones work out that So you buy in 3 packs and you're getting 1 for free. That's a really, really good buy. That's certainly one. I'm going to say if there was ever a time to consider the tricolour marker collection, today is definitely the day on that, working out as buy 3, get 1 free. $29.87 or $44.85. But even with that fab saving, you're going to get even less at Platinum, $23.90 or $35.88. So thinking of the way that Debbie explained these ones, and this one being your colour basics, mixing and matching if you want to. You start to then make your own colours. But you've got your essential naturals. And the reason that these were put on the show with the Hummingbird collection is because all of these, the colours, whether you start to create your own colours, for instance the floral meadow, these are all going to work really, really well within that full collection. Think back to the paper pads. We've seen these colour tones, we've seen these colour tones, and we've seen these colour tones. Exactly the same as when we go into this one here, as well as the other 2 boards we showed you a moment ago. That one there being the Great Outdoors. So you're going to get all of these ones here. It does work out as you're buying 3 and you're getting 1 for free. $29.87 or $44.85 for all of that one there. But we're going to show you one other thing here. Now, I remember when I actually launched these ones, and these are so much fun. So much you can do with these ones here. They are going to be coming up in Creative Cravens. This is the Treat Box Die Collection, where you're going to get 63 elements, and you're getting a full pack, which works out at 50 hook and loop. Nope, get that the other way around. Hook and loop faceting dots. It is, isn't it? Yeah.
I want to call it a Velcro dot because that's what I'm so used to saying,
Yeah.
but Velcro is a branded name, isn't it?
That's
So it's a
right,
hook
yeah.
and loop. Yeah, hook and loop.
Hook and loop.
Hook and loop.
Not hoop.
Hook and
yeah.
loop.
So you're getting all of that. You're getting the Treat Box Die Collection, 63 elements in total, and you're getting your 50 hook and loops as well, so that you can start to fasten them too. We're having a look at these quickly, Georgina. We're going back to Debbie. Let's do that. Right. Let's go in with these ones here. Now, if you think these are just one style of treat boxes, by golly, you're mistaken. This one here does create a lovely little treat box. This one is the roll-up. But what you're then going to do is use it. You don't have to, but if you use it with your stencil, your template, it actually creates a roll-up. And that's a roll-up box. Then we've also got our picnic treat box here. So within this one here, what you can then do is come in and use the template, and that's going to create your roll-up. I'll just show you these just briefly in a moment. And then last but by no means least, what you've also got is your prism treat box. Use the template that comes with it, and you're going to be able to create a rollout. So what does that mean? Well, if we look at the first one I showed you here, let's get this one out here. So these create a lovely individual box, but then by using the template, what you can then start to do is create a rollout, and these are all usable little treat boxes. You can pop things in. Then we've got, which is our little picnic one. So that is enabling you to create one little picnic. You can side them back to back, and we don't actually have a sample whereas you put all 4 of them together with the template. We'll get one for... Yes, actually, here we go. Just head across to Debbie and you'll find out what you can do with them.
Did you hear me? So I'm going to make one.
Right.
Craig's showing you the 2.
Yep.
And then I'm going to show you the 4. This, I still can't get my head around this, Craig. I'm not going to lie. When I first saw, and I know you were so lucky to get the launch with this, and you did your Facebook Live, which by the way is still available for you to watch. Just scroll down onto Craig's page and you'll find those tutorials on there. There's so many for you. But this is absolutely stunning. So to be able to create 1, not 2, but 3 different styles is just amazing. And this is from the picnic treat box, one that I'm going to use. But take a look at this one. If you've never seen this before, I'm going to make a 1 box. Craig's showing you the 2 side by side to create that beautiful picnic feature box. But this one, with the enablement of the dies in there and the templates,
I love
This
it.
is just, it blows me away every single time. And they're all boxes as well that you can get into. They're not, you know, they're not unusual boxes. These are boxes that you can actually use to put your treats in, maybe put your gifts in. But the way that it folds up, and that's because of this template. And I'll just show you, let me just pick this up so I can show you. That base has been created using this. I mean, that for me just thinks,
I know,
what?
it's mind-blowing,
What?
isn't it?
How is that possible? But like I said, Craig's got loads of tuitions. And the box lid, that's the template for the box lid. The actual die itself, which is what I'm going to be using right now, creates the boxes. And not only does it create the boxes, it creates all the extra panels, all the extra features. And when I say we have literally loaded this up,
haven't we?
we are giving you bang, what is it? Bang for your dollar, dollar for your bang.
Bang for your buck.
Bang for your buck, that one. We literally are bringing you lots of different styles, lots of different choices. So none of your boxes are ever going to look the same. You can create loads of different styles. You've got two different decorative elements, Debbie speak. Lots of lovely swirly features. Honestly, a ton of things. So for me, it's just absolutely fantastic. And as if that's not enough, we're giving you the template on the front there, a little bit of inspiration, and all the instructions inside and telling you how to create. So absolutely amazing, amazing box. And I just love the idea that you've got already 3 different ways that you can use that from the one die set, which I just think is absolutely amazing. And it folds up. I mean, how gorgeous is this? Literally, I mean, the buzz around this one when it will launch, Craig, I know how excited you were.
I was.
But the fact of the matter is, it's just a simple concept, but looks absolutely stunning when it's all put together. So I'm going to show you how to put one of the
Let's do it.
simplest of boxes together. So I'm going to bring out now this panel. Now these will work with your larger machines. Did you find a way where you could make it work with your smaller machines, Craig? Did you pop it in, or did you just use your large machine?
I think I just used the larger machine, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, because the way that you look at this is the size of it. So when you take a look at this actually measures just shy of, it's about 7.5, isn't it?
Something like that off the
About
top of my
7.5
head.
inches by 10.5. So it's quite a big die. So yes,
Yeah.
to get the benefit, use your larger plates and your larger machine. Although Debbie's put the larger plates down, I forgot what I've done with them. Here they are, Craig. I knew I'd find them somewhere. So we're going to pop that on and we're going to run that through, and you can see it actually fills the full A4 plate. So yes, so you're going to need your larger machines for this, but again, not just the Gemini, you know, other machines that are on the market as well, these will fit through as long as it's the right size. So run that through, that does all the die cutting for you, and then you simply, it couldn't be any easier how you put it together, because all the flaps are there,
That's it,
the
yeah.
style of the box, it's such an easy concept and very achievable, and like I said, lots of different ways that you can use it. Us as crafters, we've always said this, I want it to do more than one thing for me, and then this absolutely is that set for you.
Exactly.
So when I take this off now, I'm just going to lift that up, let me see if I can get me tape.
Like the
off
full
there.
example you showed, can you imagine that done with the Hummingbird collection?
Oh.
Could you imagine?
Now you're talking, Craig. Now we're talking, absolutely. That would look stunning.
Wouldn't it just?
Yeah, absolutely would. Now, all of these, let me just take off me tape, because I can see my excess tape just on there. Let's take that off. Has now got not only the die cut, but it's got all the score elements. So you've got all the scoring, and you simply just manipulate it into its place. I'm using craft card for this one, but you can use any cardstock. Anything that I'm probably going to say the same here with you, and you probably agree with me on this one. Construction weight, because it's a box. Depends what you're going to put in it. I wouldn't be using like your papers.
Nope.
I suppose it depends what you're popping in
Yeah,
there,
well,
to be
that's the
fair.
thing, yeah, isn't
Yeah,
it?
absolutely. So I'm just going to grab my bone folder for a second, Craig, because I'm just going to give them now a nice little burnish.
In case anyone is wondering, I'm sure, again, you know, we always like to check with each other, but sure Debbie would be the same, but we'd say round about the 300 GSM.
Yes.
And maybe what, like 280 to...
250, 280, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I would certainly say between the 250 and 350, that window
Yes.
scope, you'll be absolutely fine. Pattern papers, I would layer on top of the construction of the box.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's all laid out, and then of course you've got all the panels. So we talked about all the panels in here, and there's so many to choose from elements of being able to do your matting and layering with these. You've got these lovely cutting elements. These you could actually use to cut directly through, or with the outside edge create panels to stick on the top. So you know, there's lots and lots of different ways. If I just line them up just to show you, and you've got two different choices there. Let me just see if I can pull that one off. Oh dearie me.
That one you just showed a moment ago,
yeah,
I foiled the decorative bit and used that outline die to cut it out.
Oh, was that on your live?
It wasn't on the live, no, it was on a finished sample. I'll need to see if I can find it. And
yeah,
replace it.
absolutely, because there's loads of different ways you can use these. And again, look at this, a beautiful love heart one. So think of your wedding box favours, maybe on your wedding tables, all those kind of things, gifts for birthday gifts, anniversaries,
Or it could be a
Christmas.
weight to weigh down the balloon.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a treat box.
Even, look at these, even these for your tabs where you can create lovely little elements that stick onto there. And I've used some papers and I've literally run them onto my Xyron, Craig, just to decorate the box.
Yeah.
And I like to do a bit, because it's Jan that teaches you these kind of things. I'm always been around chatting too long. But decorate your box before you put it together. So I'm going to do that. That's obviously when I show you how this easy to go stick. Literally, you pop it up like this and bring that over. So that's my box lid.
Yep.
So I'm decorating all of these pieces before I actually stick it together. And I know the ones that are going to be my side panels, they're quite clear on there, you can see those. But again, I'm just going to use all these elements to go around the outsides.
Perfect.
Of course you can do this afterwards if you want. I suppose it depends, but I quite like to decorate it before we go on there.
Yeah, most of us, sometimes, occasionally, depending what the product is, sometimes it's actually beneficial for us to construct it to show you, then decorate
Yes.
it. But yeah, most of the time what you'll find is I do what Debbie does as well, decorate it before you construct it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got my lovely little piece, and all these, you'll find all of these in that die set. They're all on there. Every single one that I'm using, it's absolutely jam-packed full, and I mean jam-packed full of everything that you need to decorate your box. So what I'm going to do now, and again, this is a personal choice, do you use red liner tape for your flaps, or do you use tape pen, wet glue? You know, the choice is yours. I'm going to go for speed, I think I'm going to do. We always say this for speed, but it's true, because it's instant. It's an instant tack. Yeah. So I'm just going to pop on my tape, and I'm going to go on all of those flaps that you can see, apart from this one.
Not only do we still have the tape pens back in stock, but we've still got them on an offer where well, 4 for the price of 3.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's for the straight tape runner and also the dotted tape runner.
Yep.
So you're going to get 4 and, well, basically you're paying for 3.
Yeah, so all I'm going to do now is construct it. I'm going to bring it up and I'm just going to literally make them nice and flush on the straight edges. So I'm just bringing those flaps, tucking them in. So each one's going to get tucked in. It's such a straightforward concept. Very, 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 very easy to achieve, isn't it, Craig?
It really is.
Really super easy to achieve. Very clever. I don't know how Leanne and the team come up with all these ideas, me.
I don't.
Honestly, they must work. Well, they do. We all know that they all work incredibly hard next door to keep bringing you these fabulous projects. We're just the lucky ones because we get to play with them.
I say that as well.
Yeah, we get to play with them.
So lucky.
Absolutely.
We kind of, and this is meant as in a compliment, but we're the final stop.
Yes.
You know, we get to bring, for instance, the launch day product, which in this one's here, but then all of that work, all that time that's been spent designing them, the team are awesome.
Now, guess what my little faux pas is?
What?
I didn't construct it, so I've put my sticky bits on my flaps that I didn't want to have sticky bits on. I didn't want those sticky flaps there. I wanted them nice and not sticky. Actually, to be fair, if you want to seal it,
you can
do. And I could have had that as we drop down one, so no one's going to know.
No, I don't think anyone would have known.
Nobody would have known, but I am, you know me, Craig, I can't tell a fib to save my life. I've got to be honest with you. So I will always tell you when I've done a little faux pas. Little faux pas. producer Georgina, did you hear the wicked laugh in her ears?
I did.
She was laughing a little head off. She
thought it was
little
hilarious.
She thought it was absolutely hilarious, and I was like, uh-oh. She's, do you know what she is? She's my little person that looks after me because she knows what I'm like. So all I'm going to do is, I've taken a little hook and loop. I've actually taken the backs off because there's a sticky back on each one. I don't know about you, Craig, but for positioning wise, I keep mine together. Do you stick yours together?
Yep.
And then it means that when I pop it on, and I can position it into place, and I'm going to have to do it now, Craig. Do you know what? I'm going to tuck them right down. Maybe it won't get me. Or I could do what Georgina says, but I'll make it a bit weaker if I do that. Yeah. She bless her, she's looking out for me. But yeah, don't put your glue down there, Debbie, in future. And then just pop that over there, and you've got it perfectly positioned into place for you then to lift off. And if I just make sure that that is positioned. Oh, Debbie, come on.
It.
There we go.
That's what I do as well. I just give them a bit of a rub sometimes to build up that heat when it comes to the adhesive.
Yes, we call it a friction, don't we? We call it friction. And it just means then when you undo it, you can go back on and press it down until you've got it in the right position. Actually, I want to add on though, I'm going to make it a little miniature picnic box. So I've done my little handle, and I've used some of my elements on there because I'm gonna. Do you know what I might be able to do? I might be able to have a saving grace here. I might have to stick that on the inside with the sticky flaps.
Now,
I might just get away with this.
You might.
I might just get away with this. So let's pop that. Might not like. Actually, do you know what I will do, Craig? I will actually give it a little bit of a stick down.
Do you know what this is reminding me of? And this has taken some of you back a good couple of years.
Yep.
Sarah's signature rustic wedding collection.
Oh yeah.
It's got that rustic wedding feel to it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to stick. I was debating whether to pop it on the inside, but I think I'm definitely just going to have to admit my faux pas. No way around it. So let's just pop a little bit onto my handles. We did try. Well, I did try. God loves a trier. Oh, thank goodness there's other people agreeing with me. So, well, literally, Georgina just had me a comment that somebody else has said on YouTube. Yep. Oh, Deborah, thankfully I'm not alone. I'm not alone in this, that I'm not just the only ditzy person.
Don't do it, Deborah.
Don't do it, Deborah.
Don't do it, Deborah.
So, and I'm just using some little florals, and again, these florals are all on. There's everything in that lovely box kit, but of course, I'm using some of my favourite flowers as well, Craig, because I'm like you, I carry these flowers around with me absolutely everywhere. So I'm just going to pop these on just to give it a little decorated top. And I've got myself a little diddy-widdy-widdy picnic box.
Oh,
there you go. But when you can actually just stick the two back to back, so you would pop the other one onto the back part of it. Craig will show you, honestly, go and check those videos. Craig actually did the launch, and there's a ton of inspiration on there as well. You can go back and find that launch. But that's just the simplistic version. It's Creative Cravings after all later on tonight, so we're keeping it kind of simple, although I have got a little bit more of an advanced project for later as well.
Good for you.
So yes, absolutely beautiful. So a single one, 2 together, a double one, 4 together, this beautiful, beautiful box of them. So loads of different ways that you can use them. And that's all three of them that offer you multiple ways of being able to use them. They're absolutely fantastic, they really are. I love them.
They are. And you know what, even if you don't use your hook and loop for these projects here, do what I do and use the positive side for attaching your blending foam pad to the back of your water reactive ones, because you know how I like to do that. You could use them for them if you want to. But these ones here, this is the Treat Box Die Collection. This is where you're getting 63 elements in total, plus that 50 pack of the hook and loop faceting dots. Just to say as well, they are actually attached. So just do what Debbie's just done, is peel the back off. But today's price being $89.99 or $101.95. On that today's price, everyone's going to save actually just over 25% on that one there. You've got the treat box, the picnic treat box, the prism box, and the roll up, plus that hook and loop as well. But even although you're getting everything within that collection there, it still means that you can pay less if you are in Club Inspire, which if you are platinum, well actually, if you're platinum, you're £71.99 or $81.56. If you're not in Club Inspire and you do join Club Inspire, you get 20% off your first order. So if this is going to be your first order, you get it at platinum price. Same as the Hummingbird. If you're not part of Club Inspire, if you join today, then you'll get the Hummingbird collection at the platinum price because you get 20% off your first order. So it's just something to keep in mind. But that one there, that is the treat box that we're going to be having a look at. Myself and Debbie, 6 o'clock here in the UK, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time. And that, of course, is Creative Ravens. Do you want a hero? We need a hero. Debbie's our hero, of course. But maybe you need a hero tool. That could be me if you wanted it to be, you know, tool that is. What we've got now is our hero tool. So is it both of these? Like the choice. So let's bring these ones in. So these ones here are 10% off of these ones. Best ever price when it comes to these. This one here. Now, this one, Debbie, I always think as, I know purple is our branded colour. This design, I think this is our like logo design. This one here, the grey with the purple roses.
Yes, it's just good. To be fair, I don't know about you, Craig, but I'd want one of each.
You want one of each?
But it is, I totally get you. And do you know if you've got all the matching things as well, like
yes.
your totes, your desk totes, your carry totes, I mean, this is going to just be perfectly matched, but not just for crafting. I want you to think outside the box with this. It is perfect for crafters, you know, for especially when you go out on about and you don't want to carry too much. It's one of those perfect ones that you can get all your things in. At home, it's going to literally hang either back of your door, maybe a hook on your wall, everything to hand, very easy to see as well, Craig. You're beautifully demonstrating that there. But absolutely gorgeous. White clean as well. It's all white clean. Reinforced zips. Honestly, it's so much you can get in this. I personally have one for crafting, but I also have one for my toiletries. Yeah. Only I forgot to bring it. Producer Georgina asked me to bring it, and I used it this morning. Yeah. I used it this morning and left it on my bed. But yeah, I want you to think of all the things that you would possibly use yours for. I love the detachable zip part on the front as well. Isn't it? That is fabulous. What about things, maybe your medication, all those kind of things?
Well, that's what I use one of mine for my medical supplies. It just stays in my boot. So if I'm out about a hobby maker, if I need it in here, it's in the boot of the car. I've got it all in sections, and you know where you are with it all as well. So, so that one there, just to say as well, you don't get what comes included. You're going to be filling it with whatever you want. But this one here is the floral design. So that one there. And then what we've also got within this one here is the purple cheetah. Exactly the same style and layout. Well, the actual design of it is different, of course, being the cheetah. This one here, you could be using it as your, you know, maybe if you are going away for weekends away, maybe you're going away for trips away, something like that. It doesn't just have to be crafting goodies. It could be many different things that you want to pop into the middle there. As Debbie says, like I said, it could be your medical supplies, it could be your crafting, it could be any of your smellies or that when it comes to, you know, days away or nights away. You've got that option there. But really, really handy, really strong, really sturdy. Everything's reinforced. It is wipeable, but you've got those additional pockets as well. The bottom one being detachable. So if you're using it as a crafting storage bag and you maybe just want to have the main bits on, the actual craft desk, you can do that. That's up to you as well. Or what you could do, because it's detachable, if you are into your soft crafts, if you have any of, you know, the zips that you can sew onto the fabric yourself, take the negative side of the zip and, I don't know, attach it onto your craft desk or that, and then this removable element, you can just pop it on, zip it on. Does that make sense? I know what I'm trying to say in my head, but I'm sure there's some of you that'll be like, yeah, Craig, I know what you mean. So that's these ones there, that one being your hero tool. All you need to do is choose which one you want, whether you want to have that, is it cheetah or leopard? I've just seen it, it's cheetah. Yeah, I think there was a few of us for a good period of time were saying leopard, and they're like, no, it's cheetah. I was the same.
I was there. I called it leopard.
Yeah, I was the same. I was the same. It's cheetah or the floral design as well. That's your hero tool for today across on our website. Right, let's have a look. I don't envy you guys at home, and I don't envy. Have we still got Chloe that saw it? Still got Chloe. Don't envelope? No, I don't.
Envy?
envy Chloe and having to tally up all of the comments when it comes to demo of the show. Right, Debbie, let's have a look at these ones.
I'm going to start with, I am going to include the one that I'm going to make in a minute as well, because I've got a finished sample, but I'll show you the demonstrations so far. So number one was our 8x8 beautiful Hummingbird where we started, so that's number one. Number two was our gorgeous Create Card element using the Hummingbird with the tricolour, so that's number two. Number three was my faux pas basket. Never mind. 3. And then number 4, which is where we're going to end up, and I'm going to show you how to put these ones together using our modern Edgeables, is number 4. And it's a lot easier than it looks, so I promise you. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, or 4. It's up to you.
It is indeed. It is indeed. Right, before we come back to Debbie and have a look at these modern Edgeables, we'll have a quick look at the boards and we can get straight back into Debbie. This one being your modern Edgeable 6-piece collection, $44.95 or $58.25. But if you are platinum, that comes down to £35.96 or $46.68. Remember, all of these and everything else we're showcasing today is on Shop the Day across on our website. Here we go. We've got the Japanese one. We've got Romantic Rose.
Did you not have the name on the back?
It is on the back, I just can't say it. We've got Spring Tulips. We've got Cascading Butterflies. Yes, it is that one, Georgina.
Anemone. I think of an enemy and call it like that and I get away with it.
An enemy.
An enemy.
Woodland Fairy. And a bonny wee bow. That is your choices when it comes, well, I say choices, you get them in that full collection. Just to say though as well, maybe you do only want to cherry pick 2 of them. You can get 2 of them for £17 or $24 if you want to. But that full collection and platinum price, $35.96 or $46.60. Debbie, save me, please, quick.
Right, I'm going to show you how to use these. Now, I'm using the Cascading Butterflies for this one. I love all of these. They're so modern and bold, and I just think they're absolutely fabulous, and a ton of ways that you can use the Edgeables, whether it be on the top, down the side. I mean, they have been designed to go down the side, but you can use them in a whole heap of ways. And I know that you know, if you go back to Crafters TV when we did the launch, there may even be a craft along with this. I'm not sure if we've had it or it's coming up. I'm not sure if we've had one. But I'm going to use this. Now, I did say I was going to show you how simple this card is put together. So I started with 2 pieces of cardstock, 1 black, 1 piece of white. That's going to be my base, and that actually measures at 5 inches by 6 1/4. So 5 inches, 6 1/4. This one is still 6 1/4, but this time I've extended it a little bit to 5 1/2, and I'm going to put a score line down one side at 1/2 inch. So I'm going to use that, bring in my scoring tool. Debbie, where's your scoring tool? Disappeared. So, do you know, you think you've got everything, and then all of a sudden you find you haven't. It happens all the time. Let's bring this down a little bit, and I'm just going to line it up at the edge of the board and go in it off like so.
I have to say as well, it was me that launched this collection as well.
Was it you? Yeah. Gosh.
Yeah, it was.
When was it, Craig?
Quite a while ago. Quite a while ago. But
it is a beautiful collection. So that's going to form the base of my card. So because of the outside cutting edge running down the outside, this is the bit that doesn't have the outside cutting edge, so it stays connected to your cardstock. So always remember that when you're using this. I want it to stay connected into there, like so. Let's bring in my platform. So I'll bring in my Gemini Junior plate for this one, and I'm just going to line it up towards the edge. So not on the bit where I've put the tab into, just onto the edge, and I'm just going to stop being tight with my low-tack tape, Debbie, and get some fresh one. Oh, I am terrible. You, Craig, do you use yours over and over again?
Yeah.
I'm terrible for it. Absolutely shocking. I don't know why. I am absolutely shocking for it. So we're going to run that through our Gemini, like so. And then I'm just going to multi-layer these panels up using different coloured cardstock. Let's bring that back for a second. I'm just going to use a piece of cardstock. Now this one is some watercolour cardstock that in fact, actually, I tell a lie. It's our new multi-purpose cardstock. Because our multi-purpose cardstock, you can still achieve these looks with, guess what colours? Parakeet.
Parakeet and crushed velvet.
Absolutely. Two of my favourites, Craig. So let me just lift the tape off now, because what this has done is created, let's just push that there for a second. Let's move that one.
And there are beautiful colours that work well together, aren't there?
Do you know, I can't help it. Erin knows me inside out with my colours. She knows which is my favourite, because she just says to me, what colours do you want? When I want to talk to the girls in the team, what colours do you want to use? I always give them my favourite combination. I can't help it. We all have favourites. We shouldn't have favourites, but we absolutely do.
We absolutely
so
do.
I'm just taking my time with that piece, but can you see now? Let's give that a little flick through there. How beautiful. That is so delicious. It's absolutely beautiful. And I'm just going to run a bit of tape just down the edge.
Okay.
There we go. A little bit of tape
And I
just
love
down
how
the
you've
edge.
used the black, because I say it all the time, Debbie, and those that watch every day when I'm on, I apologise, but please don't be scared to use black.
No.
Black really does work a treat. Use it with your Hummingbird collection, or do what Debbie's doing here. It works.
It just works. And black against white, absolutely beautiful. It really is. So I'm just going to repeat that. Have I got time to repeat this one? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So again, normally I'd clean out my die, Craig. But what I'm going to do is take it to that very edge again. I want a little bit of a strip just down here. Okay. And I'm just using this now as a border strip, but it's just going to give a little bit of a contrasting colour. I want you just to see how easy it is to use these modern Edgeables. Not only are they bold in design and beautiful in design, and they are, every single one of them are, fabulous price, can I just say? Absolutely amazing price for, is that 6 dies?
I know, it is.
6 dies in multiple ways that you can use them. That is just such great value for money. And again, create that lovely wow factor each and every single time you use these. So again, because I've used my strips that match the sizing of these, and these all measure at, so if I get the correct measurement, 6.5 inches by about 2.5.
Okay.
Just take your time when you pull, when you're taking it out, and I'm just going to, let me give it, sorry Craig.
No, that's okay.
A little bit on the loud side, but just bringing that off, and then just poke out all your little pieces.
The love for all your demos within Wake Up Call today, Debbie. They've they've loved the demo, they've loved the style, they loved the colour choices, they loved the concept. I can't go through everyone's name because there's so many. You said all of these very repetitive in a nice way that everyone has noticed. Well, they notice it anyway, Debbie, with your things.
Thank you.
With today's show, for sure.
Thank you very much. Now, poke out all your little pieces. I've just attached some ribbon just onto the end there, and make sure you've got rid of all your little pieces there. But then I'm just going to attach that so that they line up side by side. I'm going to give it a little bit of a gap so it frames everything, and it looks, I could take it up to the edge, but I quite like leaving it just a little bit in, and it frames it with the rest of that black piece. And I'm just going to use, again, Dotty tape pen, favourite tape pen when it comes to intricate designs, and these are intricate, they are bold, but they're very intricate as well. Lots of lovely detail to them. So I'm just going to go down and add that strip just onto there. And then lastly, what I'm just going to add is one of our little sentiments, and literally just line that up on top of each other. And I've gone for a Just For You sentiment this time, so I'm just going to take that across like so.
I love that.
And I said, just keep it very, very, very simple. The only difference that I've done with this one, Craig, my finished sample, is that I've added a little bit of bling onto each top of my little butterfly there. And that's exactly how easy it is to put a little bit of a black and white concept there, but with that striking colour and a little bit of touch of the ribbon, how incredible that they look. They're bold, they're easy to use, and they're absolutely so versatile. I absolutely adore them. So there you go, Craig. Phew, I managed to get all 4 in.
You got all 4 in. 4 absolutely phenomenal demos, certainly within that one there, but the other ones too as well, Debbie. I think we should dive straight in and say we've got a winner.
Have we?
We've got a winner. We do. We've got to do.
Do you know, I'm not sure which one. I'm glad it weren't me choosing. I'm not sure.
I couldn't, but we do. We've got a winner. That winner is number 2.
Ah!
Yay!
You were all betting, weren't you, on number
Yes.
2 being the winner?
Number two.
Do you know,
Number
to be
two.
fair, it would have been a tough one, and it certainly would be a tough one with this fantastic collection because it's absolutely beautiful. It's all about that graceful butterfly, graceful hummingbird, absolutely stunning collection, and the papers are heavenly. I keep saying that word, but they truly are heavenly, gorgeous papers, the Vellums, the 12 by 12, and guess what? I've seen Christine's comments. She's commented, she's told us how many she's got. Oh my days, wait till that postman comes. She's got a lot. But
So
get
much.
them while you can at, while we're here, while we've got the, what I call the full capacity of stock.
Yeah.
Get them while you can, they are beautiful. Can't guarantee that those papers are going to last at all.
Absolutely. What could I say that Debbie's not already said? Absolutely, make sure you get a hold of them. You guys are loving this collection. It goes to say it is phenomenal. Even before we went live, but then even going live and you've just got them into your baskets and you've checked them out, so well done on getting your hands on this full collection. Let's have a look at a few other finished samples in which you can be making when it comes to this collection. Whether you're keeping it simple as in 6x6, 5x7, 8x8, but then going in with your concepts if you want to, keeping them flat, layering with your glue gel or your foam pads. What about this one here? Bianca's made this one here. This one has then been stamped and white embossing powder, or it could be clear embossing powder, and doing some of your watercolouring that Debbie was doing earlier on. You can do that. You can do your borders, you can do your banners, you can do, well, actually I'm jumping to this one even before I finish my sentence there. This one here is creating that beautiful side angle there with the stamps and a little bit of watercolouring with your 3D Hummingbird and that sentiment as well. So whether you're going really, really simple, whether you're going extravagant, whether you're adding glitter or gems or you're just reining it back in, you can absolutely do that. It's one of those collections where you can then be going for simplistic or more advanced, or just go bling galore when it comes to that full collection. And Georgina's just said, Georgina already knew what I was going to ask, but we are still exactly the same. For every collection that is being sold, there's another, so it's another 2. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, well, do you know what? It's because it's the consumable part of the collection. So the papers are the consumables. The rest, you're going to have in your stash forever. You've got the stamps, you've got the dies, you've got the embossing folder. The papers are the ones that are not going to be there forever. And if you want this collection to work for you 2 months down the line, 2 years down the line, 20 years down the line, you need those papers to bring it in so that it all works. I mean, you can use them without the papers, don't get me wrong. But if you want that, that fullness, that beautiful colour palette, those papers, then today is the day to 100%. Get them, because I know for a fact, Craig, they're not going to be here in 2 months' time, those paper pads. They will have gone. So get them while you can, while we've got that huge quantity. And we've brought as many as we could in, but we always tell you this, we're open and honest with you. We put them on a one print run. We bring in as much as we can, but once they've gone, they've gone. And you'll know that with previous collections in the past, where once those papers have gone, we don't bring them back. The collection's there, but it's usually the paper pads that are missing. The papers, the Vellums, the 6x6, the 12x12, the 8x8 Vellums. Get hold of them while you can. Honestly, I know you're going to love this collection when you get it home. Yeah, absolutely. For sure you're going to be loving that collection. Do make sure you get them checked out. We're going to be back again for a full 2 hours. That's going to be, if you're watching live, in an hour's time, 2 o'clock here in the UK, 9 a.m. Eastern time, 6 a.m. Pacific time. We're going to go and grab a cup of tea. We're going to huddle together and go over the last, the next 2 hours. And just to let you know, actually, 20% of the Hummingbird full collection has gone already. So there's a big warning sign for you. Right, go get yourself refreshed. We will see you back here live in 1 hour's time for launch day of the Nature Garden Hummingbird collection.